Welcome to the Texas Education Agency's training series on the fingerprinting process. Statutory requirements for fingerprinting are found in the Texas Education Code, Chapter 22, Subchapter C, and in the Texas Administrative Code, Chapter 230, Subchapter B. This presentation will specifically detail steps involved with fingerprinting as an applicant for Texas Educator certification. A Texas educator must hold the appropriate credentials issued by the State Board for Educator certification to be employed as an educator as specified in the Texas Administrative Code, Chapters 230 and 231. A candidate in an educator preparation program should be assured of his eligibility to apply for certification, as well as the type of certification for which he is eligible, by conferring with his educator preparation program prior to submitting the application. The applicant process for fingerprinting is initiated when an individual applies for an educator certification in the Educator Certification Online System, also known as ECOS. ECOS prompts for completion of fingerprinting when a fingerprinting result is not on file with TEA. Applicants applying for an initial certification are most often required to complete fingerprinting, as opposed to those applying for an additional certification or renewal of an existing certificate. Applicants for a standard, intern, probationary, 1-year, or educational aid certificate are often prompted by ECOS to complete fingerprinting, since these certification types are often the first instance of submitting a certification application. Again, if the applicant is a candidate in an educator preparation program and is not certain which certification application to submit, he should contact his educator certification program for guidance. Educators applying for an additional certification or for renewal of a standard certificate may be prompted to complete fingerprinting if the educator has been out of the teaching profession for some time and has not completed fingerprinting based on recent employment as an educator. To initiate the fingerprinting process, an application for educator certification must first be submitted to TEA through ECOS. The process for applying for certification will appear slightly different based on the type of application being submitted. To apply for certification, however, an applicant must log into or create a TEAL account. An applicant must have access to ECOS and must choose the appropriate certification application and pay the required certification and fingerprinting fees. Once payment has been submitted, the applicant is sent an email from the DPS-approved vendor, Identogo, which contains instructions for fingerprint appointment scheduling. Please note that an application for certification may be submitted without a Social Security number. However, fingerprinting cannot be scheduled unless the applicant holds a valid Social Security number. The TEAL Login is located at the top of the TEA website at www.tea.texas.gov. To apply for certification, the applicant must log in through TEAL and access ECOS. An applicant may log in to a previously established TEAL Educator account or set up a new TEAL Login account by clicking on Request New User Account. Once the appropriate application screens have been completed, payment of certification and fingerprinting fees is the final step in the application process. Applicants who must complete fingerprinting will be prompted for payment through the Pay Online Now link displayed on the screen. After payment has been made in ECOS, an email from Identogo is sent to the applicant. The email contains the UEID number, service code, and a link to schedule a fingerprinting appointment. During appointment scheduling, the applicant must submit an additional $10 fee to Identogo for the scanning of his fingerprints. In some cases, fingerprinting results may already be on file with TEA. If the applicant has been fingerprinted previously based on prior employment or prior substitute experience with a school district or charter school, those previous results may be applied to the new certification application. Be aware that results are transferred to the certification application 24 to 48 hours after the submission of an application. When prior fingerprinting results are on file with TEA, the payment screen will show fingerprinting complete in place of the Pay Online Now link. Only the certification fee would need to be paid in this case. An applicant may have completed fingerprinting previously for several other purposes, including as a school contractor, child care employment, concealed handgun licensure, real estate licensing, foster or adoptive parenting, and many others. These results cannot be transferred to TEA, and therefore the applicant must pay the fingerprinting fee and schedule an appointment to be fingerprinted. Once an application has been submitted, an applicant may check his fingerprinting status in relation to his certification application by logging in to his Educator account and clicking on Fingerprint Status from the main menu of ECOS. Fingerprint in progress indicates that payment has been submitted to begin the fingerprinting process. This status will remain until fingerprinting results have been received by TEA. For those applicants that may have prior results on file, Fingerprint in Progress will also display until the transfer of results to the application has taken place after application submission. The fingerprint status screen may also be referenced if the applicant has lost, misplaced, or deleted the Identogo appointment scheduling email. The link for appointment scheduling is displayed here, as well as the service code and the UEID number. Once fingerprinting results have been received and are present in the Educator file in ECOS, the fingerprint status page will display the applicant's fingerprint status as Fingerprint Complete. Once fingerprints are complete, TEA Educator Investigations will review any resulting criminal history that shows up in the results. Please ensure that all contact information is current in ECOS so that the division may make contact if necessary. This concludes our overview of the certification applicant process for fingerprinting. Please continue to look for additional topics in our training series covering the fingerprinting process. To submit questions regarding certification or fingerprinting, access the TEA Help Desk at the links displayed.